Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm your host, Mark Buzz.
And I'm Anna Bugs. Great to be here.
We're excited to have you with us today. If you find what we talk about valuable, please do hit that like button and follow us. It really helps us keep bringing you these deep dives.
Absolutely. And today we're diving into something, well, literally crawling around us, especially for folks in Southern California.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking spiders today. Pretty much unavoidable if you live here in SoCal, especially San Diego County, right? Our mild winters, that lovely indoor-outdoor living.
It's paradise for them, too, it seems.
Uh-huh. Seems like it. So our mission today is pretty clear. We want to arm you with some genuinely useful knowledge about the most common house spiders you might bump into here in San Diego.
And importantly, give you some practical, proactive ways to manage them.
Exactly. It's not just about swatting them.
Right. This knowledge is valuable, really, whether it's just for peace of mind or, keeping your home maintained, or maybe you're just curious about what's sharing your space.
Knowing what you're dealing with, how to respond, it makes a difference.
Definitely. And our main source for this is a really solid recent article from Simple Pest Management. It's called 5 Common House Spiders in San Diego, just published May 15th, 2025.
Okay, great. So let's unpack these 5 spiders. We should probably start with the headliner, the one everyone knows, or at least thinks they know, the black widow.
Ah, yes. The infamous black widow.
Shiny black body, that unmistakable red hourglass. It's iconic, kind of feared, right? But maybe misunderstood.
Very much so, I think. While that red hourglass is the classic sign, sometimes it can be more orange or even look a bit broken. Still a black widow.
Oh, okay.
But the really surprising thing, maybe, is how reclusive they are. They're incredibly shy.
Shy, really? With that reputation?
Yeah. That potent venom is mostly for defense, or subduing prey. It's not like they're out hunting for people. They're much more likely to curl up and play dead or just run away.
So where do they usually hang out?
Think quiet, undisturbed spots. The back of the garage, maybe in a woodpile, tucked under patio furniture that hasn't moved in a while. Places they feel safe.
Gotcha. Not actively looking for trouble.
Exactly. Now, if a bite does happen, it is serious. Muscle cramps, nausea. You absolutely need medical help right away. No question.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of the fear is reputation, not reality. Keeping outdoor areas tidy helps reduce those accidental encounters, Less clutter, fewer hiding spots.
Okay, so less of a monster, more of a shy recluse you don't want to startle. That's a helpful way to think about it. Now, you mentioned the black widow. Isn't there a similar one popping up more often? The brown widow.
Yes, absolutely. And telling them apart is important.
How do we do that? They sound pretty similar.
Well, visually, the brown widow is lighter, more light brown or grayish.
Yeah.
And it does have an hourglass, but it's usually orange or yellowish, not that vivid red.
Okay, lighter body, orange hourglass.
Got it. And the venom difference is key, too. It's generally milder than the black widows. Still not pleasant, mind you. It can cause pain around the bite, maybe some nausea, muscle cramps.
So still something to avoid, but maybe less panic-inducing.
Pretty much, yeah. But what makes the brown widow maybe more of an everyday concern, especially for families, is where they lay their eggs. They create these really distinctive, spiky-looking egg sacs.
I think I've seen those. They look like little medieval weapons or something.
Huh. Yeah, kind of. And they lay them in really accessible places, under the lip of patio furniture, inside mailboxes, sometimes even on kids' outdoor toys.
Oh, wow. Okay, so much more likely to stumble upon those.
Exactly. That proximity is why they're notable, even if the bite isn't usually as severe as the black widows.
That makes sense. Okay, so we've covered the two that, require a bit more caution. Let's shift gears to the ones that are mostly harmless, but maybe still give people the creeps.
Right. The vast majority you'll see fall into this category.
Let's start with cellar spiders. Everyone calls them daddy longlegs, right? But they are true spiders.
They are indeed. And completely harmless to us. You know that myth about them having super potent venom but tiny fangs?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Total myth. Absolutely untrue. They have very long, skinny legs, small bodies. You find them in damp, quiet spots, basements, crawl spaces, laundry rooms sometimes.
And they make those really messy, tangled webs, right? Not the pretty spiral ones.
Exactly. Messy webs are their signature. They can accumulate pretty fast and make a place look, well, neglected.
Tell me about it. They love the corners of my garage ceiling. But but are they just messy, or is there more to them?
Oh, here's a cool deep dive fact for you. Cellar spiders are actually quite effective predators of other spiders.
Really?
Yeah, including ones we might consider more dangerous, like occasionally even black widows if they encounter them. They're very good at wrapping up prey.
Wow, so they're kind of like the accidental pest control down there.
In a way, yes. So while the webs are annoying, they might actually be doing you a favor by keeping other spider populations down. No threat to humans, just untidy roommates.
Huh. Okay, I might look at them a little differently now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, the American house spider. Sounds pretty generic.
It really is one of the most common spiders you'll find indoors. Very typical house spider look.
What's that look like?
Usually light brown, kind of bulbous abdomen. They love quiet spots too, but maybe more like window corners, behind curtains, up in attics, closets.
And they spin webs, too.
Oh, yeah. They're responsible for a lot of those classic sort of irregular three-dimensional cobwebs you find in corners. They're related to orb weavers, the ones that make the big spiral webs outside, but these guys prefer indoor living.
Ain't harmless.
Completely harmless to people. But like the cellar spider, they definitely contribute to the cobweb situation over time, part of the regular dusting crew's target list.
Right. Okay, one more on our list of 5. Jumping spiders. These seem different. They don't just sit in webs, do they?
Not at all. They break the spider mold in a few ways. They're usually small, compact, often quite fuzzy, actually. And they come in all sorts of colors and patterns, not just dark.
Fuzzy, okay.
But the really amazing thing is their eyesight. They have these big, forward-facing eyes. Gives them excellent vision, almost like binocular vision, great depth perception.
Which they need because...
Because they hunt actively, they don't spin webs to catch prey. They're visual hunters.
So, no webs for catching dinner. That's where it gets really interesting. How do they hunt then?
It's fascinating. They stalk their prey, they'll watch it, figure out the distance, and then pounce. They jump, sometimes quite far, to catch insects.
What?
And they usually trail a silk line behind them when they jump, kind of like a safety tether.
Like little bungee jumpers?
Exactly. It's pretty remarkable. You often see them near windows or on screen doors, especially during the day, because they use the light to hunt.
Okay, that makes sense. Are they aggressive towards people?
Yeah.
That jumping might seem startled.
Not at all aggressive towards humans. Their jumping might surprise you, but they almost never bite people. If they do, it's insignificant. They seem more curious than anything else. Sometimes they'll even turn and seem to watch you.
Huh. Okay, so more cool than creepy, maybe.
Definitely worth appreciating their unique style, yeah. No need to fear them.
All right, so we've met our 5 common neighbors. The black widow, the brown widow, both needing caution, but maybe less aggressive than we thought. Then the harmless but messy cellar spider, the super common American house spider, and these cool little jumping spiders.
Quite the variety.
Yeah. But, okay, identifying them is step 1. What about actually dealing with them? You spot one in your house. What does this all mean practically? Is it just grab a tissue time, or is there a better way?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the source article is pretty clear. Just squashing the one you see. Well, it doesn't really solve anything.
There are probably more.
Exactly. It often means there's an underlying reason they're there, maybe easy entry, maybe good hiding spots, maybe a food source. So the Smarty approach, the sort of deep dive approach, is about being proactive.
Prevention, not just reaction.
Precisely. Keeping them out in the first place, making your home less inviting. That's the long game.
Okay, so what's the first proactive step?
Inspection. Really look around. If you see one spider, treat it like a clue. Look for more webs. Look for those egg sacs. Remember the spiky brown widow ones? Look for other spiders too. And pay super close attention to common entry points. Eaves of the house, under sinks where pipes come in, near baseboards, vents.
And garages, you mentioned earlier.
Oh, definitely garages. The article specifically calls them out. They're often cluttered, have lots of little gaps, perfect spider havens, and highways into the rest of the house for many San Diego homes.
Okay, so inspect thoroughly. What about those bug sprays you get at the hardware store? Just spray everything down.
Yeah, the article actually advises against relying heavily on those over-the-counter sprays.
Ooh, why is that? They seem like the easy answer.
Well, a couple of reasons. First, especially in our San Diego climate, they're often just not that effective on spiders. Spiders have different biologies than insects. And here's the sneaky part. A venomous spider, like a black widow or maybe a yellow sac spider, might survive the spray but get agitated. And instead of dying, it just retreats deeper into your walls or clutter.
Oh, making it harder to find and deal with later.
Exactly. Plus, using those sprays can sometimes leave residues that might interfere if you eventually need professional pest control. It can complicate their treatment.
Okay, so DIY sprays might actually backfire. Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
What else can we do proactively?
Big one. Reduce clutter. Indoors and out. Spiders absolutely love clutter.
Why is that? Just hiding spots.
Hiding spots, yes, but also clutter creates stable microclimates, consistent temperature, maybe a bit more humidity. It's good for them, good for their eggs, and good for the insects they eat.
Okay, so that wood pile in the yard,
Prime real estate.
cardboard boxes in the garage,
Five-star hotel.
cluttered corners in the basement.
Luxury condos. You get the idea. Clearing up basements, tidying up garden areas near the house, even just pulling furniture slightly away from walls inside. It all makes a difference. It disrupts their habitat.
Makes your home biologically less appealing to spiders. I like that.
Precisely. Less like a welcoming resort for them.
Okay, decluttering makes sense. Feels like tidying up before unwanted 8-legged guests arrive. After decluttering, what's next? Sealing things up.
You got it. Sealing entry points is huge for long-term prevention. Get out the caulk gun, check the weather stripping around doors and windows, seal up any cracks or gaps no matter how small.
Even tiny ones.
Oh yeah, spiders can squeeze through surprisingly small spaces.
Okay.
Also check vents, attic vents, crawl space vents, make sure they have fine mesh screens. Same for chimney openings.
Good point. Often overlooked.
And take a look at outdoor structures too, sheds, fences near the house. Sometimes larger spiders hang out there, and while they might not come inside, it indicates a healthy spider population nearby that could find its way in eventually.
Right, check the whole perimeter. Okay, that's a solid list. Inspect, skip the harsh DIY sprays, declutter like crazy, and seal everything up. But what if you do all that and you still keep seeing spiders? Or you find, like, multiple black widows? When is it time to call for backup?
That's the point where bringing in a local professional is really the best, safest bet. If spiders keep showing up despite your efforts, or you're seeing venomous ones regularly, it probably means there's an established population that needs more targeted treatment.
And our source, Simple Pest Management, they handle this.
They do. They're the local experts mentioned in the article serving San Diego County. Their whole approach is about being tough on the spiders but safe for families and pets.
How do they tackle it differently?
Well, they focus on those nesting areas. We talked about eaves, basements, crawl spaces. And critically, they treat both the inside and the outside of your home.
Ah, creating a barrier.
Exactly. It helps break the breeding cycle and keeps new ones from moving in. It's a more comprehensive, integrated strategy for long-term control here in San Diego.
Makes sense. And I think the article mentioned an offer.
Yeah, they did. For new customers, Simple Pest Management is offering the first pest control service for just $97. It does require signing up for a 1-year service agreement, and there are some other conditions, but it's a pretty prominent offer.
Good to know. And if listeners want to reach out?
Yep, the number to call is 833-887-7378. That's 833-887-PES. Their San Diego office is at 11440 W Bernardo CT, Suite 300, San Diego, CA 92127.
And their hours.
They're open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 8:00 to 6:00 p.m.
Okay, great info. So let's kind of wrap this up. We've gone through identifying these common San Diego spiders, the widows needing caution, the harmless cellar and American house spiders, the cool jumping spiders.
Covering their looks and, importantly, their actual behaviors.
Right, moving beyond just the fear factor for some. And then we dug into the proactive steps, inspecting, avoiding those iffy DIY sprays, the huge impact of decluttering, sealing entry points, and knowing when professional help like Simple Pest Management is the way to go.
It really highlights the value of understanding what's going on in your own home environment.
Definitely. Being informed makes a big difference.
It really does. And, you know, it brings up kind of an interesting thought for you, the listener, to maybe ponder.
Oh, yeah.
How does really understanding the hidden life in our homes, even something like a spider that many people dislike, how does that change how you perceive your own living space? Maybe understanding leads to less fear, maybe more appreciation for the complexity around us. And it makes you wonder what other, seemingly small parts of our environment could benefit from a real deep dive into what they're actually about and how they impact us.
That's a fantastic thought to leave people with. Food for thought indeed. If you want more details on professional pest control, you can check our show notes for links to Simple Pest Management.
And definitely give Simple Pest Management a follow on social media if you want more tips on smart home maintenance and pest solutions. They share good stuff.
Absolutely. Find them wherever you get your social updates. Well, that's our deep dive for today into the world of San Diego spiders. Thanks for joining us.
Hope you feel a bit more informed, maybe a little less creeped out.
Hopefully. Until next time, stay curious.